6 p.m.
Are we allowed to call the meeting to order without Mike? We don't have our, like, legally.
Well,
I
Let
don't
me,
know.
let me,
That's-
we got the city administrator.
Yeah, but
No.
hey,
Mike
Joe,
is-
can you jump in on that comment?
Joe,
Joe, you're on mute,
We
please.
don't have our city attorney either. We're falling apart here, guys. Come on.
Joseph.
So much for starting on time.
Hey, good
Yes,
evening.
I don't think he's.
Well, there's Joe.
Oh, there he is. Hey, Mike.
Oh,
There's
there's Mike. Okay. Moot
Hey.
point, Joe.
Hey, yeah, I was delaying
Mike
until
Mizzi
Mike
is
got
here.
on to avoid that.
Okay,
Thanks so
Mike,
much.
if you could, we call the meeting to order, if you could, we'll do the pledge, Pledge of Allegiance is next. We could have continued without him. So Tony's gonna do the pledge. As usual, wait till Mark has all of us on mute and you see the flag up, and then Tony will recite the pledge. Okay?
1 second. Hold 1 second here.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mike, all due respect, can you, can I say something before you call the roll?
Yeah, no problem, Tony.
I would like to sing a happy birthday for the mayor. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
Mayor Charles.
Happy
birthday
to you. And many more.
I should do a little more rehearsing. Okay, now we're going to have the invocation by Pastor Marcio, please.
I don't know how qualified I am. I'm only 100% Italian.
So I qualified.
Okay. Father, we thank you for a special time of year, time where we celebrate many things. I thank you for life, for health, and we pray, Lord, for blessing upon this city council meeting. We pray for every hurting family, every sick citizen, every loved one near and dear to our hearts, for blessing and strength. Amen.
Amen.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Merry Christmas
Christmas,
to you.
Pastor
Thank you.
Pat.
Bless
Thank
you.
you
Merry
very
Christmas.
much.
Bye-bye.
I know.
Okay, Michael, if you'll take the roll. And you're off of mute.
All righty, Mayor. We'll go with Councilman Blevins,
Here.
Councilman Schlack,
Present.
Councilman Valerius,
Present.
and Councilwoman Syke is asked to be excused. Councilman Lloyd,
Present.
Pro Tem Lally,
Here.
Treasurer Armstrong, and Mayor McLeod.
Here,
We have a quorum.
thank you. May I have a motion to approve the agenda for this evening?
Motion Valerius.
Motion by Valerius,
Second by Tony. Lott.
second by Mr. Lally. Are there any questions or changes to be made?
Can I move, Blevins here. Can I move claims and accounts or separate claims and accounts?
Separate claims and accounts? Okay. Any other changes? All right, hearing none, can we take a vote on the agenda as changed by moving claims and accounts?
All right, I've got a motion by Councilman Valerius, supported by Pro Tem Lally, to approve the agenda as amended and separate claims and accounts. Shall this resolution pass? Councilman Blevins?
Yes.
Pro Tem Lally?
Yes.
Councilman Lloyd?
Yes.
Mayor McLeod?
Yes.
Councilman Schlack?
Yes.
And Councilman Valerius?
Yes.
The yeses have it. The motion's successful.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve the minutes for the meeting of December the 8th?
Make a motion, Mayor.
Motion by Schlack,
Valerius will second.
seconded by Valerius. Are there any corrections? If not, can we take the roll call, please?
All right, Mayor, I have a motion by Councilman Schlack, supported by Councilman Valerius, that we shall approve the minutes as presented. Shall this resolution pass? Pro Tem Lally?
Yes.
Councilman Lloyd?
Yes.
Mayor McLeod?
Yes.
Councilman Schlack?
Yes.
Councilman Valerius?
Yes.
And Councilman Blevins?
Yes.
The yeses have it. The motion is successful.
Thank you. Now we move on to organizational business, and first up is the city administrator's report.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. We just got an emergency phone call from America's Got Talent, and apparently the singing as a group is not going to be one of those. It's going to be moving forward to Los Angeles or Las Vegas or wherever they go. So
Thanks a lot.
it wasn't Councilman. It wasn't you sounded perfect. It was your rest of your team that was lacking. That's the difficulty with Zoom and trying to do something on that front. And I have seen some of the choirs in the high schools, they've coordinated the video to do that, which is just a great effort to have everybody be able to sing like that. So, and I'm going to start with a bad joke, but as Al Michael said way back in 1980, do you believe in miracles? Yes. Wayne County finally opened up the Allen Road roadway bridge there by Thunderbolt. They did that last Friday. As we found from our Facebook post, we knew that they didn't open it because we got a lot of angry complaints. And what had happened is the weather had turned on them. The snow was kind of a little unexpected, and they couldn't do the pavement marking. That did not keep a few people from trying to go around anyways, and I think that they did successfully make it through the bridge area. But that was not the safest route. So that is open, thankfully. The contractor, Dan's Excavating, will be back in the late winter of 2021, which I had to go back and refer to as February, March of 2021, not December of next year, a year from now. So they'll finish that project at that point in time, but that will require them to close Allen Road again for probably about a month is what we've been told by the contractor. So we'll see how long that is. We will need to work with Wayne County to get more signage, proper signage again, out to make sure people are not utilizing the neighborhood. And I think if we can work with Wayne County, I know Tom has a pretty good relationship now forged with Elizabeth Taylor from Wayne County, and we should be able to get the right signage in the right locations and not have the traffic going through the neighborhood as bad. I can't say it's going to stop completely because that's just not the nature of people. They're going to go the easiest route, but we'll do our best to make sure we can direct them in the right area. For the DPS facility project, Bob sent over an update for this, and I pulled a few items out of there. The brick contractor has finished the brick that is part of the 8-foot finished wall around the entire building, and they started working on the finished brick in the office area. The side panel installation is now complete as well, and they are now starting to insulate the inside of the building. The plumbing contractor is installing the floor drains in the main garage. The generator has been installed. I believe that was installed today, and the salt dome is now storing salt. I've got some pictures. They have about 500 ton of salt in there, and it looks pretty dwarfed. So that'll normally hold. Tom, I think, feels probably in the range of 1,200 to 1,500 ton would be very capable, which is more than a season I'm knocking on wood. More. We don't need that much salt. That'd be great. But he's now looking there and working with Bob. They're going to actually order a few more concrete blocks, the big heavy duty 2x4 blocks, and divide an area that they had set aside for sand for some aggregate as well. There's enough area in there. Once you got this building up there, it's pretty massive. I think I sent some pictures out this afternoon, and you can see how big that salt dome is. One picture was from coming in from Outer Drive, and the last picture was from the back of the property looking back towards Outer Drive. So that's where you see the difference in height between those two buildings and structures, I should say. The newest edition of the Allen Park Today magazine has been or is being delivered right now to all the houses in the city. I want to thank the department heads once again. They did a great job putting everything together and making that magazine as personal interaction as we can have with the residents. I do have to say, this young man truly was out at this structure, play structure. This is Briar Rabbit Park at Chatham and Melbourne. He was out there. It just happened to be a very, very warm November day. So that is an actual picture there. So I think that they, again, the department heads and the people there at the magazine company do a really good job of getting that interaction with the residents. So when I've asked her to make sure we get a lot of quotes from the different people. I think we had Ed did the article for Fire once again. I know Bill Miner was mentioned, Matt Doreen on the salt plowing. I really liked the aspect that DDA, Jennifer has done with the DDA, highlighting 4 businesses in the district. And I think that's a plan that she's going to continue with, from my understanding. And I think that's a great asset to really utilize the magazine to its fullest extent. So I have a couple other example magazines I can show you that I think they're missing the boat. I think we're hitting about 350 on this one. We'd get a renewal contract, I think, on that. So I think we've been pretty good. And I want to make sure we get some more information. I think we talked about doing the day in the life of a council person, maybe a day in the life of the mayor. So maybe we can do that for the March edition and follow maybe the councilman's to the teaching world, or Councilman Schlack maybe to the world of logistics and stuff like that. So great opportunities that we'll do, and that we'll follow up on that, though. And then I just want to say thank you to the Allen Park High School National Honor Society. They handled the letters with the Santa with great success. They had a couple letters that they didn't have addresses on. I think we got those taken care of. Maybe we have one more out there we're still looking for. But they had about 75, 76 letters, which I didn't think was too bad for a first try. And I did talk to Councilman Lally, not the following day after the council meeting. I apologize. I did talk to him on the Thursday after, and he's got some ideas for a future box for us, either in the mailbox form or in a box form. So we're really looking forward to 2021 on that, working with the schools once again. Let me go back to magazine too. I want to mention the Allen Park Schools being involved in the Allen Park Today magazine. We're hoping to get possibility of looking to Mel Knapp as an additional, and then we have reached out to Cabrini and to Intercity and I believe Southgate School. So, but I did thank Superintendent Mike Darga for participating, because I think it's important that they're involved in this magazine with us. So, and then just finally, the City Hall will be closed here for Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day this week, and New Year's Eve, New Year's Day next week. So we want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I think we're all looking forward to 2021 like never before. So hopefully it's a turn in the corner here. So, and that is all I have at this point. Chief Egan would not be happy with that. If you will allow me to Chief Egan on board, he's going to update the council. They had an award ceremony today, and I want to have him share that information with you. If you didn't get a chance to watch the live video this at noon, it is on their webpage or their Facebook page right now, and we'll get that shared over on our page as well if that's possible. I'll yield to Chief Egan.
1 second. Good evening, Mayor and Council. Happy to report today that we had a successful year-end wrap-up. We did a Facebook Live today, at noon. Let residents as well as our officers and our officers' family know the kind of year we went through with COVID. Obviously, it was a challenging year without a doubt. But we ended up with over 17,115 runs, 2,745 reports. They issued 8,692 tickets and arrested 488 people. But the real point is, a lot of officers are doing a lot of really good work. We gave out 42 department citation awards, 30 of those with 30 officers. 12 of them received 2 commendations and 1 received 3 commendations. So to let you know what kind of work they've done, we had 8 that had perfect attendance. That was in the middle of a pandemic. Myself, Lieutenant Janah, Sergeant Feltz, Sergeant Gursky, Sergeant Dobberton, Detective Lazuka, Officer Seagrass Harvey as well. We gave out 23 community service awards for our work that they did on the protest and respecting those people's constitutional rights to protest the way we did. And I think we set the tone for downriver. So that was Lieutenant Soden, Hillock, Granica, and Janah. Sergeants Dobberton, Jablonski, and Fatilia, and Officer Wagner, Thorburn, Locklear, Basile, Curtis, Seagrist, Harvey, Moore, Franco, Nielsen, Officer Winger, Vitale, Arnaldi, Cutting, Knutson, and Michaels. And we went over a couple highlighted cases, which were actually some pretty serious cases that we dealt with. A lot of suicidal subjects this year. And we've managed to talk a lot of these people down without having to use any kind of force. Officer Marshall received a bravery award for disarming a person who had a knife to her throat. With Officer Vitale, got a unit citation for that. We had Officer Mihal, Bagley, Franco, and Wara, who had a barricaded gunman at one of our hotels where a suicidal person shot 3 shots at them after attempting suicide. And again, managed to talk those people out as I was arriving along with one of the SWAT commanders. So again, lethal force could have been used in a suicide by cop situation, but they stuck with it and talked them out with a peaceful resolution. Lieutenant Hillock and Officer Vitale both received life-saving awards for saving 2 different prisoners that tried committing suicide in our jail. One of them was last week, fortunately. And Officer Winger also received a life-saving award for, he ended up administering Narcan, did CPR, and a couple different doses of Narcan and brought that person back. So we'll talk more about what we're going to do to try and address some of those issues next year, next edition. Just again, thank you to everybody. Our Officers of the Year last year was Officer Franco and Officer Arnaldi. So this year I was very proud to say for day shift, it was Officer Michael Curtis, and for night was Officer Zach Wara. They did a phenomenal job. But we just tried to do a wrap up this year of all the different things that happened with Councilman Stites passing and the commitment we gave to start an honor guard. We did that. Zach Wara is our commander of that honor guard. So we're proud of that. Lieutenant Mihal and Lieutenant Soden finished their master's degree this year, which is great. Sergeant Phelps finished his staff of command project. And Officer Nielsen is going to be going starting in February. And again, with our accreditation team next year and our body and car cameras, I think we're going to be moving forward. And the big part for us is we hired Officer Kevin Swope, who's doing a fabulous job. And I'm happy to say today, I got confirmation that Ellen Chaika passed all of her backgrounds and psych exams. And we're looking at hiring her starting January 11th. So you've already approved that budget. We need a few more. So we're going to be working at it again next year, trying to fill those spots, getting a contract settled, and having that charter amendment passed is going to be a big plus at trying to recruiting good quality people. Ellen Chaika's got a 3.9 GPA bachelor degree from University of Eastern Michigan and was top of her class. And I think we scored enough candidates to start their training program. So we're excited to get 2020 in the rearview mirror and start with a happier new year in 2021. We got a lot of stuff planned. So that's all I had, but Merry Christmas to everybody and looking forward to everyone in the new year. Oh, I forgot one more thing. Officer Adam Bagley received 3 different citations for mothers against drunk drivers. He ended up his year, even with COVID, having 30 drunk driving arrests, leading our department. But he has a passion to go out there and keep those roads safe. Many of you heard about our challenge coins and things like that. I developed a Chiefs challenge coin that hopefully he'll be able to put in his shadow box when he retires for going above and beyond. So it has our core values of courage, integrity, professionalism, and commitment. And I added on this one, service, faith, and righteousness, making sure we're doing the right thing. So proud of this department. They're doing a great job, and we wanted our residents to know that as well. Even with the building next door to Morrow's decided to do construction in the middle of our online Facebook. It wasn't a vacuum, but we did it at Morrow's just to highlight that all these businesses really need help, whether it be Primo's or Tim's Coney Island or the flower shops. A lot of them, they're buying product, and if we don't do takeout, they have to throw that product away. So that's why we did it there and highlighted it. So we appreciate Santa stopping by and picking out the raffle prize, one of our smokers, the smoker machine, the person who bought the very first ticket, 001, online through PayPal, and the Helping Heroes won it. So I thank the Allen Park Citizen Civic Fund for putting that on for us, and we raised over $3,000 that we'll use next year for Allen Park charity. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief. I appreciate it. And just once again, just a testament of why Allen Park is one of the best communities in the Downriver area, if not the entire state of Michigan, and why Allen Park Police Department is at the top of the leaderboard as well. So we do appreciate all the efforts of the officers.
Right.
And we'll get that information shared up on on our city page. Our city page is nothing compared to the APPD page. I think there's like 12 or 13 or 14,000 followers over there, but so they do a great job. So thank you again, Chief.
Just before I ask, and I have to remember when I put myself on mute, before I ask for the approval, acceptance and approval, just a couple of comments on things that Chief Egan made. Very happy to hear about the arrest of the drunk drivers. I've known families firsthand who were impacted, and that is just something that you can make a mistake once, but when you're out there continually driving on a suspended license drunk, then I don't know why we have to wait till somebody dies. The only other thing that I would like to comment on, and this has surfaced over and over again, we know that some of the protests have died down, maybe because of the weather or whatever, but I always want to reinforce the fact of what an excellent job our police department did with that protest march. We have a lot to be proud of in this city, and I will tell you that anytime that subject comes up, when I'm on a 12th district call that Debbie Dingle holds weekly, she mentions Allen Park and what a great job we did, and we are held up as the gold standard for how you handle issues of that nature. I mean, she just sings our praises every chance she gets. So big thank you on that. We'll move on, and I will ask for a motion to accept and file the administrator's report. If there are no questions.
I'll make a motion, Mayor.
Mr. Lally,
Support.
supported by Mr. Blevins. Take the call on that.
All right, Mayor, I have a motion by Lally, supported by Blevins, to approve the operational business reports and filings. Shall this resolution pass? Councilman Lloyd?
Yes.
Mayor McLeod?
Yes.
Councilman Schlack?
Yes.
Councilman Valerius?
yes,
Councilman Blevins?
Yes.
And Pro Tem Lally.
Yes, and I want to congratulate the chief. That's a good job he did.
So noted. The yeses have it. The motion passed.
Thank you. Next on the agenda under organizational business is a request to adopt the 2021 regular city council meeting schedule submitted by our clerk, Mr. Mizzi. Can I have a motion to adopt?
Motion Valerius.
by Valerius.
Support Blevins.
11. Any questions, comments?
Mayor, if I might through the chair?
Yes.
And I apologize about the video. My audio just works 10 times better and I need to hear more than I need to see. So I apologize everyone for not being visible. But the only meeting I wanted to point out, if anyone has an issue, is the last one in December next year, essentially a year from now. If you want to keep it on the 28th, or do you want to bump it up a week? That's the only thing I thought you guys could do, and I just wanted to point that out.
If I had it, I think that it would probably be better to do it on the 21st and do back-to-back weeks instead of that week between Christmas and New Year is always kind of, I mean, for travel and for other things like that. So I think that would probably be for the best.
Well, Gail, do you want to do it on your birthday?
Oh,
They'll have
not my
a
birthday this year, okay?
year, they'll have a year to practice, and,
Yes.
and the chorus should be much, much better by then.
Yeah, we'll have some.
Oh, well, by that time we'll have balloons and a clown and everything.
Yeah.
And by that time, we'll practice.
There you go.
There you go.
To be fair, we did it on the 28th.
It'll be live, it'll be coordinated, correct? I mean,
Yeah, the
it'll all be in
yeah.
sync.
So yeah, the 28th would be Gary's birthday.
Oh.
So you get another opportunity to sing at the next meeting, Tony, if you want.
Yeah. I'm good with either or.
Well, I think that there's some valid points for moving it to the 21st, and I think the reason Mike brings it up is because we have done back-to-back. Usually December's not really loaded with things, and yeah, that coming there at the 28th is just really. So do we need a motion then to amend this, Mike, or how do you want to handle it?
And that's why I presented it, Mayor, underlined, because it is just a draft. So
Okay.
I just thought I can make the change in the minutes, and then when I go to publish the schedule, I'll make sure it reflects the change to the 21st.
Okay.
Yeah,
And I will.
So
Right
Mayor,
then.
I do have a motion by Councilman Valerius, and it's supported by Councilman Blevins to approve the, oh, I already see a mistake. It should say 2021 meeting schedule on the top of it. I will correct that too. So to accept it as presented with the exception of the 21st, shall this resolution pass? And we start with Mayor McLeod
Yes.
and Councilman Schlack.
Yes.
Councilman Valerius,
Yes.
Councilman Blevins,
Yes.
Pro Tem Lally,
Yes.
Councilman Lloyd.
Yes.
The yeses have it. The motion is successful.
Okay. Now we come to public comments. Do we have any public?
Or if we can just have them raise their hand if they are interested in speaking, and if I got Chief LaFon.
Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Sorry I didn't bring this up earlier, but I wanted to make sure I mentioned it. My department and myself were offered the opportunity to get our first COVID-19 vaccine yesterday. And I'm proud to say that every member of my department that was eligible and or in country participated and received the first dose of the Pfizer vaccine yesterday. And that none of my members have reported any side effects other than a slight soreness in the arm when they receive, when they received the shot. Myself, it hurt a little last night, and then today I feel absolutely fine. I'm encouraging the public when it becomes available to you and teachers, you're next. You're the next group. My recommendation is to take it. I've done a ton of research. I posted a video today on the Allen Park Fire Department page is it's a video hosted by Dr. Fales, who's basically the head doctor for the state of Michigan, for Department of Health and Human Services. And he had a couple of his other doctor friends on there come on and basically, just talking about the vaccine itself. And it's a really helpful, they bring it down to a level where people like us can understand it. They don't talk above your head. And they really explain the advantages and debunk some of the myths about the vaccine. So I just wanted to get that out there. Anybody that's watching this, and to you guys, I highly recommend it. Everybody gets it. It's a big step in getting this under control, so that next year when you're having that meeting on the 21st, you can sing happy birthday in person, hopefully, without mask. That would be a nice goal, wouldn't it, to have by next Christmas. So I just wanted to put that out there and say that I said, very proud of my guys. I've got one member that's out of country, serving over in Afghanistan. I have one member that's currently positive. The only reason you can't get the shot when you're COVID positive is because the people giving the shot don't want to be around you. So that's why he couldn't get it today. But they're going to set up a makeup day where he'll be able to get it. He's getting on the tail end of his quarantine period, so he should be negative soon. But everybody else, even the guys that were skeptical last minute, stepped up and took it. I think we're all glad they did. So I just wanted to make sure that got out there.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chief.
Yep.
Okay, if there's no further public comments, we'll close that portion of the meeting and move on to the consent agenda. We have a consent agenda, but we exempted claims and accounts. I will ask for a motion to approve claims and accounts, and then we will have discussion. I have a motion for claims and accounts.
Tony Lally.
Tony Lally. Second?
Second, Mayor Lloyd.
Second by Dan Lloyd. Discussion. Yes, I'm sorry, Charles.
Okay, sorry.
I was writing a note.
Looking at our email today, I noticed, can you someone have just a brief explanation with under historical, the Haddix Electric and the price, and did the whole project of that section get done, and who looked into it?
Councilman, at this point, I don't have the person that was doing that was actually Rob Fulton. I don't have him here. If I'd known that question earlier, I would have had that answer. I don't have that answer right now for you. I apologize. I will get that answer for you though, and you have to email the entire council.
Okay.
Hold on, let me bring Pat in here. Hold on. Go ahead, Pat.
Okay, Charles, you asked a pretty vague question, I think.
Mostly, did the whole electric project get done? And that was mostly it.
I think there is one, mostly. I think there was one item that couldn't get finished because of the clutter that was in the garage. And I don't think a GFI went into the garage. Other than that, everything else was finished, to my understanding. And the cost of it came in under budget, under the quote.
Thank you.
I thought I saw, and I can't locate it now. I thought I saw an email from Rob bringing us up to date on it, but I got so many emails and so much clutter in there right now. I can't find it, but so are there any other questions or comments? No, then we can take a vote to approve.
All right, Mayor, I have a motion by Pro Tem Lally, supported by Councilman Lloyd, to approve claims and accounts as presented. Shall this resolution pass? Councilman Schlapp.
Yes.
Councilman Valeris.
Yes.
Councilman Blevins,
Yes.
Pro Tem Lally,
Yes.
Councilman Lloyd,
Yes.
and Mayor
Yes.
McLeod.
Yes,
The yeses have it. The resolution is successful. Next
thank
item.
you. Now we move to the rest of the consent agenda consisting of payroll report, handbill flyer permit, and that's it. Can I have a motion to approve the remaining consent agenda?
Motion Valerius.
Motion by Valerius,
Second Blevins.
second by Blevins. Take the vote, please.
All right, Mayor, I have a motion by Councilman Valerius, supported by Councilman Blevins, to approve the consent agenda as presented. Shall this resolution pass? Councilman Valerius,
Yes.
Councilman Blevins,
Yes.
Pro Tem Lally,
He keeps freezing up.
Frozen. He's frozen, Mike.
okay, we'll come back to him. Councilman Lloyd,
Yes.
Mayor McLeod,
Yes,
Councilman Schlack.
Yes.
Okay, Councilman Lally, are you back with us?
I thought I was back.
okay.
Am I? Yeah, I'm fine.
All
right.
right.
I can't.
How do you wish to vote on the current resolution?
Yes.
Yes, so recorded.
Yes.
Okay,
If
The
I,
resolution passes, Mayor.
all right, thank you. Now, our next item is a resolution to approve the emergency request from the fire department for 2 vertical 90-gallon high-efficiency water heaters with power vents and recirculating pumps. May I have a motion, please?
motion, Lloyd.
Motion
Second,
by
Valerius.
Lloyd,
Second.
second by Valerius. Questions, comments?
I just want to kind of make the comment, Mayor, if I could. I think it's for anybody that's at home that's watching this, where the fact that this is an emergency proposal. This is something that, as was pointed out to us in our work session by Chief LaFond and DC Can, that this water heater had passed inspection. Did it pass inspection this year, DC Can?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. It passed inspection about 1.5 years ago. These are 2-year renewals of boiler type units that are required by the state.
So I think it's worth making to any citizens that might be watching at home that this is something that, you know, we thought, because we had it certified by a state, somebody from the state to do this, that this should have been good. So obviously DC Can made some excellent points as to why it is our fire department needs to have hot water, sanitation probably being the most important during a global pandemic. So I think that this definitely warrants a emergency approval.
Thank you for that. Any other comments? If not, we can take the vote.
All right, Mayor, I have a motion by Councilman Lloyd, supported by Councilman Valerius, to approve the request, the emergency request from the fire department. Shall this resolution pass? Councilman Blevins,
Yes.
Pro Tem Lally,
Yes.
Councilman Lloyd,
Yes.
Mayor McLeod,
Yes,
Councilman Schlack,
Yes.
and Councilman Valerius.
Yes.
The yeses have it. The motion is successful.
okay. We will do council comments now. And Mr. Lally will start us out this evening.
Well, thank you very much. I don't have much to say tonight. I do want to say congratulations to all the police department and all the other departments in the Allen Park City. And I want to say a Merry Christmas and a happy and safe New Year. And God bless you. And hopefully to see you next year. Thank you.
Thank you. Dan,
So I just want to get a big congratulations to all of the accommodations that Chief Egan let out. I think that this is a great year for a number of reasons for Allen Park, and really doing the best in what was a very challenging year. But I also want to give a huge shout out to Chief LaFond and the whole fire department for setting an example and taking that vaccination. That is our bridge back to our new normal, is being able to get this vaccination. And unfortunately, I know that we all see it. There is kind of a toxic media environment out there, a lot of misinformation, a lot of negativity, and it's really not bared out by science. So I think I really appreciate any public figures that are willing to step up and make a statement about this, that this is something that is safe, this is something that is important. And it's not just important for the people that are getting it, but it's important for the people that, can't get it. So that this is something that's going to protect our entire community. And so thank you to Chief LaFond, DC Can, and the entire fire department for setting a positive example on that. That I will be first in the line as soon as teachers get called up to get mine. If not least of all, that's how you get to see concerts on Live Nation this summer, is by proving that you are vaccinated. So that is definitely, there's a number of reasons to do it. And so thank you for that. And just a final note here I think that sometimes I'm more talking to my colleagues up here, my council members, really than anybody else. But I just want to say we've spent 13 months together now, and this is absolutely not what I expected. Okay, I don't know what I had in my mind, what I thought being on city council would be like, but this isn't it. But it has been a true treat for me to be able to work with the faces that I see up on this screen right now, and all the people at City Hall. And I just count myself being very fortunate to be able to spend 2020 working with a highly competent group of people such as yourself. So thank you guys for a great 2020, and I'm really looking forward to getting some of these things that I know that we all want to get done in 2021. So looking forward to it.
Thank you, Dan. Matthew.
All right. I just wanted to kind of just say, here as we end a contentious 2020, I think, expectations on 2020 were so high, until COVID and everything else. But, as someone who started a new job in when this whole pandemic started, and I was only at my new position for a month and 2 days before the school system shut down. And, here I was looking forward to going back and, and starting a new year, in a regular mode of instruction and, having everything that is still with us. I think it's important as well, to kind of reiterate what Dan had said, it's at times it could be a scary thought, a notion, but these are positive things that are happening that we have to look at and view as positive things towards the end of this. And like I said, a return to a new norm, and returning to things that, all of us enjoy doing and that we miss doing, so much. So, to reiterate again, Dan, I don't know whether it's the teacher in us where we share so much, but same thing, here I live, I've been an Allen Park resident for, the entire time, my son's been alive, basically. To be able to share and see things, and see the inner workings of the city of Allen Park, the city that I'm proud to be a resident of, the city I love, and now a city that I'm serving, is refreshing and also, very interesting to me. And I, that just goes to show how much I appreciate, all the city workers, Mark and Mike and all the department heads, and everyone that your work for the city is your full-time job, which speaks highly to where your heart is and where where your thoughts are, as they relate to the Allen Park citizens. So it's my privilege and my honor, like Dan said, to serve with everyone that's on council, but also just to serve with so many people who dedicate all their days, Monday through Friday and the weekends too, on a full-time basis to the citizens of Allen Park. So, with that being said, I wish all of you a Merry Christmas. I know you don't get a whole lot of time off, but I hope you have some time to sit back and enjoy yourselves and enjoy the holidays, as different as they may be. But then again, to look forward and view things in a positive way towards next Christmas and how things can be. When we're in the same spot again next Christmas, with hopefully this stuff behind us, at least mostly behind us. So with that, I wish everyone a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and I look forward to 2021. So I yield my time. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Schlack.
Well, I want to just start off by saying, when I was looking over our material that we were sent and prepare for this meeting, it made me reflect over this year and how taxing it's been on everyone in the city, our country, our state, and definitely the citizens. And I want everyone to our citizens to please try to reflect upon the positives that happened, that despite it all, we still had students graduate from our high schools and colleges, and might be in a much different way, but there's a lot of positive that's come out of it. And also to reflect on those who passed away, those that won't be at the kitchen table, the dinner table this holiday season. Didn't always think of them, and I'm sure those that are in their families will, but for everyone else to do. I also wanted to thank all our departments and all our city employees and everything they have done for our city and will continue to do, and how they stepped up during this pandemic beyond anyone's expectations had fought. And also I want to thank all of my council members that I serve alongside, that it's been quite a journey so far. It's only been year one, and it's baffling to me that it's went this far, and sadly that we've had to do most of our meetings virtually, but it's better than nothing, and I'm happy we are at least able to do the city's business. And with that, I want to close by just saying I want to wish the city and everyone watching this and beyond a very, very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year, as we look back and as put 21 in the rear view and just look forward and don't look back. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Blevins.
First off, want to wish Councilman Schlack a happy birthday on the 28th. Secondly, just a question I forgot to ask during the administration report. The magazine, fantastic, by the way. The recycling calendar, I believe, is in the magazine, and I'm not. Are we going to get a separate one mailed, or is it just going to be the just the magazine itself?
Yeah, thank you, Councilman. I forgot to mention that. So the magazine does have a insert in the middle section of the magazine. Just pull that right out of the magazine, and then this is the brochure that you can put on your refrigerator. So this is the mechanism to distribute that, the recycle calendar. Jim Gross and Mike Mizzi's clerk's office did put that on the website as well, so it can be printed off in that format as well. If you do hear of any issues, I talked to Mark Fisher. He can print us additional, about 500 copies of this if we need. But the idea is that this would be the distribution format from now on. And again, the reason being is that we would spend as much to distribute this basically 4 pages in in a fold out as we do to distribute the entire magazine with all the additional information in there. So that's where we're looking for a win-win on that one.
Thank you, Mark.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. And then also thank you to all the departments for what you guys do, and then especially with this year. Thank you, and it means so much, like from the translation of like all the help from the Mark, Administrator, Deb, and everyone to get from on council this year, and even though it's been first year, it feels like, 84, 85 years now for 2020. It just seems long ago, January, but I want to thank the residents and how wonderful decorating their houses, driving around the city in our city hall, police station, just everyone being all festive, and the historical, making that Christmas video, putting that out, and just bringing it positive in our city. And I saw the other day someone from Wyandotte, I heard that they don't do the Zoom, they have the an audio recording meeting. So I'm so thankful with the technology that we can see face to face on that. And but it's I'm just happy for that, and I can't wait for another year of fun and excitement and learning new things here. And I just want to wish everyone those Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, and have a healthy new year. See you next year. I yield.
Mike, do you want to make any comments?
I'll just say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. God bless everyone. Thank you all for coming out. Good night.
And of course, I'm not going to be redundant, and I try and thank the department heads whenever I see them. But I want to wish Charles a happy birthday. We share the winter solstice date along with Shannon Davis, who works in our DPS department. So you can thank us for the shortest day of the year, but it's increasing sunshine from now on. To my fellow council members, thank you for all of your hard work this year on some very, very important issues. Allen Park is fortunate to have all of you. To our employees, we have had to deal with a lot this year, and at times it's not been easy. But we should be proud of the fact that we are weathering this storm and that we will get through this. Many thanks for continuing to provide services to our community, often above and beyond the normal call of duty. To our residents, I am very proud to serve as the mayor of a community where so many of you worked together to bring joy and happiness during these trying times, who continue to look after your neighbors and friends and are willing to make sacrifices for the well-being of others. All you have to do is look at some of the Facebook pages to know what a caring community we have here, where we've got families who have been identified in need and people reach out. And I'm sure that not everyone has the means to give, but they give anyway. And this is the true spirit of the season. May you and yours have a joyous holiday season, Merry Christmas, a very happy and healthy New Year, and we are indeed Allen Park strong. Thank you all. And have a motion to adjourn.
Can I make a motion for a closed session?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's right.
Closed session.
Motion, I'm sorry, thank you. Motion to convene into a closed session. That was
Motion.
Mr. Blevins, I'm sorry.
Second.
Mr. Lally. Saw his hand up. So it's Blevins and Lally to convene into a closed session. You have to take the roll call, Mike.
All right, so I have a motion by Councilman Blevins, supported by Pro Tem Lally, to convene into executive session for the purpose of labor/contract negotiations as permitted under MCL 15.268 subsection C. Shall this resolution pass? Shall we convene? Mayor Pro Tem Lally.
Yes.
Councilman Lloyd.
Yes.
Mayor McLeod.
Yes.
Councilman Schlack.
Yes.
Councilman Valerius.
Mike, he's on mute, but he did say yes.
Okay, and I've got a screaming child here. Councilman
Yeah.
Blackman.
Yes.
And then I would like to point out on the bottom of the agenda to any public that we will be reconvening. We do not know what time, but if you stay on that link, when it is opened up, you will get in. So do we want to go in right away right now into closed, or do you want to
Yeah.
pick a time?
So, yeah, Mike, you're right. So, Mayor and Council, I'm gonna close this meeting out, and I need about 15 minutes or so to convert the video over, and then I'll open up the closed session meeting. In the closed session meeting, I'm gonna be sending you some documents that you have, and we'll be discussing. And then once we are done with the closed session, we'll end that meeting, and I'll open up the public session again, because it may require, I anticipate a vote being taken. And then what I'll do is I'll work with Mike's office to get the videos combined for one document at the end of the time.
Okay.
But I'll record that second meeting as well.
Okay, since it's 6:56 and it's going to take you approximately 15 minutes, why don't we say we try to reconvene at 7:15?
That'll work.
Okay, I'll see you all at 7:15.
Thank you.
See you soon.